Hello, my name's Josh. I'm a foundation doctor in the East Midlands. Today I'm going to do a short video tutorial on the JVP. The JVP stands for the jugular venous pressure, which is seen as a pulsation of the internal jugular vein. This is directly related to the pressure in the right atrium, as there's no valves present between those two structures. The pulsation, unlike an arterial pulse, has a double waveform, and I'll come on to why that is later in the video. So in this video, hopefully by the end, you'll be able to understand why there's a double waveform and what is occurring within the right side of the heart at each stage of the JVP. So I'll start by drawing the complete double waveform, how it appears in many textbooks. There's an initial rise and an initial fall, and then a secondary rise and a secondary fall, and then the cycle starts over again. The different peaks and troughs are given letters as shown in the double waveform in the diagram. The Airwave corresponds to the contraction of the atria. This can be remembered with A standing for atrial contraction. The X descent then corresponds to the active filling of the right ventricle. The Vwave then corresponds to the venous filling of the right atrium. And finally the Y descent corresponds to the passive filling of the ventricle once a tricuspid valve is opened. The reason there is this double waveform as opposed to a monophasic wave is due to the two stages of right ventricular filling, the passive filling followed by atrial contraction and then an active filling. Next I'm going to illustrate with a diagram of the right side of the heart what's happening at each stage of the double waveform. So in the first section, the A wave, there's an increase in the pressure in the right atrium, and that's due to the atrial contraction. In the next stage, the X descent, due to that contraction of the atria, blood is actively forced out into the ventricle, and since there's a reduction in the volume within the atria, you also get a decrease in the pressure as well. The next stage is the V wave. At this stage the atrium is relaxing, so the volume within it is getting larger and blood is filling in from the venous system into the right atrium, causing the pressure to increase. The final stage is then the Y descent, and that's caused when the tricuspid valve opens, blood passively fills from the right atrium into the right ventricle, resulting in a decrease in volume and a decrease in pressure. A final thing to add is that the small C wave seen during the X descent is due to the ballooning of the tricuspid valve into the right atrium, causing a small rise in pressure within the right atrium. I hope you've enjoyed this video on the JVP. One important learning point that I'd like you to take away from this video is that the JVP has a double waveform because of the two stages of ventricular filling, both the active and the passive. Thank you and goodbye.